think had a little bit of an advantage last year, and obviously James Rispoli, Corey West, Jake Lewis taking much advantage of that last year as possible. But look who's still at the top of the field, James Rispoli, our champion, defending champion, showing he's still got it in the #1 position.
As you look through the starting grid, you'll notice the mix of young riders versus the more seasoned riders. It's a great mix here. You see Jeremy McWilliams there on row number 4, the second of the Arch Racing bikes that we'll have out for the full season, joining Corey Alexander. We'll look for them to move up. Josh Herron in this category for the full season as well. That is the electric bike that we have been talking about, qualified on row 5.
Unfortunately, they did not make the grid today. They had some technical problems. They will be back at the next round, but missing the Orange Cats, unfortunately, from this race. But we've got plenty other manufacturers in the mix.
We wondered that when they weren't out for practice earlier this morning, but plenty of competition out there. We do have 14 rows, 40 competitors of riders all looking to make a name for themselves in this category and really in this platform.
The field is absolutely deep this year. I mean, with the Triumphs, Yamahas, Ducatis, BMWs, Arches, Orange Cats, Light Fighters.
Sighting lap done, warm-up lap done. Everyone back to their position. The lights are on in the left-hand corner of your screen. They're off, and we are racing for the 2026 Mission Super Hooligans Championship out of pit lane down towards turn 1. It looked like James Rispoli might have gotten held back a little bit.
Yeah, Corey West, they're going to lead him out of turn 1. A lot of riders are going to have to make it through turn 1 off the start.
There was a 5-minute practice start session just for the uniqueness.
But when they get on the bank and rolling, we're going to see where everybody starts to stack up here on top end as James Rispoli makes a move on his teammate.
He lost out on the Rispoli, looks to get around him. Can he make it stick using the draft on his teammate?
Ooh, that was tight.
Look at the Yamaha Patreon around the outside.
And this is what we're hoping to see. This is the first opportunity all these riders really get to see how it feels.
Rispoli with the #1 plate. If you followed along with the championship last season, he was able to take the top honors under the KWR banner as he makes that pass for the lead, being able to get around Robertino, but he says, no, this is not over yet. I'm right here still. And this is going to go all the way down to the checkered flag, but with that #1 plate for Rispoli now with the new team and the Saddleman organization, so thankful that they were able to step up and field another bike for him this season and keep him out on the grid in defense of that title.
It's a heavy weight to carrying that #1 plate. You know, you got the choice whether you want to run it or not. James saying, hey, I'm going to carry this #1 plate, and he's out there showing how it's done as a champion, as a defending champion. And this is one of the toughest tracks to figure out how to win a race.
So far, everything looks so evenly matched, rolling with the rules. Looks like they did a great job.
Yeah, we worked a bit in the offseason to try and just balance things out a bit, but I think we found a formula that works. The Pans, you know, definitely dominated last year, but we're seeing the Yamahas showing some speed, and the Ducatis are up there as well.
Yeah, everyone is a lot closer than what we have seen in the past. It's going to be a tremendous season as we watch it all unfold at the various racetracks that we go to. You know one bike's going to be stronger somewhere else, and that's just really the beauty about road racing, right? He did win the second race here last season, Jake Lewis did, and he told us earlier this weekend, he said it took him 3 days to get his voice back after celebrating that victory. So winning another one would certainly rank high on his list as he is now back in command. But with 4 laps to go, closing in on 3, this one is far from over. I don't even know how many lead changes we've had.
And the Ducatis now are right on the back of this lead group, so we're going to be able to see what they can do on the banking.
Right now it is a Harley-Davidson top 3 coming out of the chicane. And I think Pietri is on, is he on the Ducati or is he on the Yamaha?
Yamaha.
Yeah, he's on the Yamaha coming down below. Is that Corey?
Yep, through goes Corey West. But this is part of the calculation, isn't it? Because what you don't want to do is be too close to somebody that you can't take advantage of the draft at the end of the race, and you don't want to be too far away that you're not in the mix. You have to really be smart about it here at this point.
Jason Waters now getting himself inside the top 5.
And
it's hard to keep up with.
Pietri's showing the speed of that Yamaha coming onto the banking. We'll see if he can hold a bit of a lead. He's gonna maybe want to take a look behind him and see how much space he has. If he can make a break, I kind of doubt he's going to be able to, but
James Rispoli, Corey West, Jake Lewis, the teammates all staying as close together as they possibly can.
It's like the top 6 starting to kind of pull away from the rest of the group a little bit. This is the big question on this last lap, rolling headed toward the white flag. Where do you want to position yourself going into the infield?
it's luck, man. This place has got so much luck attached to it. You know, as much preparation as you want to do, sometimes you just end up in the right place with the right drive coming off the chicane that puts you where you want to be, crumbing across the tri-oval.
Well, here it is. The white flag is out. The final lap of the first race of the 2026 Mission Super Hooligan season. James Rispoli leading the field. James Rispoli, you said, does he look over? Does he slow down? Or does he put his head down and go?
He might break early, let somebody go by him through the chicane. You see that?
There we go. He's trying
Nobody wants to pass.
Nobody wants to pass. Everyone's going to bunch up.
Look at him looking around.
All right, Gus Rodeo said, I'll do it. I'm going to go ahead because I'm leading here at Daytona. It's the final lap. Anything can happen. He can't control everybody else around him, so he's got his head down. We'll see what he can do with it.
Did he take the bait? That's the question.
Yep.
Corey West just going to go ahead and let it all hang out here and try and do the work on the outside.
Jake Lewis again this year, maybe.
Jake Lewis right back in the mix.
Oh, come on! And that
it's
was
going to be a photo finish. James Rispoli playing it right. He led that final lap down into turn 1, and he called it just as he needed it, taking home the very first win of the 2026 season. But how about that? It is Saddleman 1, 2, 3. The celebration is going to continue with Travis right there.
Travis
in fourth.
Wyman coming from nowhere up to 4th on the FXR on the last lap.
We'll be back. And Jason Waters, Andy DeBrino, Hawk Mazzata, great top 10 finishes.
Yeah, great for all those guys. They all had a chance to win on the last lap. And we expected a 10-rider battle, and that's what we got.